What is it that goes bump in the night? Is it the boogeyman? Is it an ogre? Or maybe is it a little bit of both? Welcome to the Blue Dragon Guild, a channel all about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Baron, and today we are talking about the Oni. Often called the Ogre Mage, Onis are only distantly related to ogres, and as diabolical as they are, they often serve a master, but usually only if it benefits them in some kind of way. The Oni want magic. They want magic items. So they'll often work for, say, a dark wizard or some evil hag in exchange for magic items. We've seen Onis used in a few adventures. One that comes to mind is in one of the Yawning Portal adventures. There's an Oni that pops up in there. I'm not gonna spoil it. There's also an Oni featured pretty heavily in a certain arc of Critical Role, and I'm definitely not spoiling that for you. So let's take a quick look at their stats. Found on page 239 of the Monster Manual, the Oni are a large, giant creature, lawful evil, the AC of 16, and they've got a 30-foot speed as well as a 30-foot flying speed. That's pretty fun for a monster. They are a CR7, so around level, I'd say 5 or 6, you may consider throwing this at your party. It just depends on how well geared they are or how well diverse they are. I think this monster will give them a big run for their money. One of the things that really drew me to the Oni was their innate spell casting ability. They get a few spells, and they're all once per day casting. They have Charm Person, Cone of Cold, Gaseous Form, and Sleep. If Mackenzie was here, he would tell you that Sleep is the most dangerous of all of those, but I'm gonna go with Cone of Cold. Cone of Cold is a 5th level spell that deals 8d8 cold damage. To me, that's pretty powerful. No matter what level you're at, you're gonna get hurt by that. Even if you pass the save, you're still taking half. A couple of other cool things. Their weapon attacks are considered magical, whether the weapon is magic or not, and they also have regeneration. They regen health on each of their turns. They've got a claw attack, they've got a glaive attack, and they've also got an ability called Change Shape. Change Shape lets them polymorph into a small or medium humanoid or back into their larger giant form. Basically, they're going to be in disguise. There's going to be Onis running around and you're not going to know who is what. But the important thing with Change Shape is that if they're in a smaller form than their giant form, the damage on their glaive attacks is reduced. So if you want the Oni to appear early on, but maybe your party doesn't wipe them out, have them show up in their polymorph form and fight them, and then later on, the Oni can appear in its giant form. So now the question we must answer: how would we use the Oni in our games? One of the most obvious ways is to use them as they're written in the book. They're working for some bigger bad guy out there. They're a henchman. They're running around doing the henchman's work. Maybe they don't really like the henchman all that much. So if the party presents them with an alternative to overthrow the main bad guy, maybe the Oni will work a deal with the party. One of the other ways that I have thought is to use them as the main bad guy. Maybe not for the whole game, but maybe for just an arc or two of the story. Or maybe you do use them for the whole game and they just get drastically more powerful each time until the final showdown. Being ogre mages, I think it makes sense to have ogres be the minions of the ogre mage. You can have ogres, you can have goblins running around doing the Oni's bidding. If you want to go a different route, you can have elves, halflings, humans all be the minions of the Oni. Maybe they don't know that their boss is the Oni. Maybe they think he's just another human who has some really weird abilities. Another fun way, you can have the Oni be the actual boogeyman of the story. All the children in the local village are having nightmares. There's an evil creature coming in at night, terrorizing them. The party does a little bit of investigation. Boom. They uncover the Oni, and now they have an epic showdown in the town square while all the children are standing there in the window saying, "That's him, that's the guy, that's the bad guy." I think it would be really fun, really iconic for your players to reminisce later on, thinking back on the time they saved the town children from that evil ogre mage. However you use the Oni in your games, they are a very fun monster that you can use in several different ways. If you've ever encountered an Oni in any of your games, or if you've ever used an Oni, tell us about it down in the comments below. And a real quick announcement, if you're watching this as it's airing or on the day it's aired, tomorrow on Saturday, we are having a special edition of our Epic Level Fight Night live stream. We are being joined by Andrew Kaywood of Kaywood Publishing, and he is going to run some monsters from their new book, Monsters of the Wilderness: Oswald's Curse. This book is up on Kickstarter right now, and it only has a few days left. I think the last day is March 4th. I will put a link to the Kickstarter down in the description of this video, and there will also be a link in the description of the live video. If that sounds like something you are interested in, please check it out. We're going live at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or 12 o'clock Pacific Time. And if you'd like to see some more Dungeons & Dragons content, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to see our other monster videos, check out the playlist right here. And until next time, keep the dice rolling.